Hello, welcome back. This is part 3 of my Let's Play of Final Fantasy VII. We just got off the train. Things are, progressing fairly slowly because I'm providing a lot of commentary on this game, and that's going to be... Oh, there's the same point right there. That's going to be consistent throughout this game. Oh, I remember this room. Yeah, this is not a blind Let's Play. This is probably my 4th time playing through this game. This is going to be a heavily commentated Let's Play. It is going to contain spoilers throughout because I'm treating this Let's Play like when you watch a movie with a lot of layers, like The Matrix or Donnie Darko, and you catch new things every time you watch it. Or like when you read Lord of the Rings or something like that, you catch new things every time, and that's kind of how I'm treating this. So I'm not going to hesitate from referencing later game events. I'm not going to just sit here and spoil the final boss or this or that in every episode, but just be forewarned, it's probably a Let's Play to watch for somebody who's already played through Final Fantasy VII like myself. So having said that, let's go. Hey now, oops. What on earth are you doing? Just buzz out. Butt out, jeez. Huh? You came to see it too? What's this guy doing here? Oh, he's like... He heard the bombing and he came to see what the hell's going on. There was a bombing on top. If this pillar should come down, everyone in the slums is dust. So now you're getting some of the real weightiness of what's going on that Avalanche is doing. They're bombing shit that could potentially cause an entire sector of the upper plate, which is 50 meters up, which I think I calculated to be 422.4 feet up, roughly, so a long fucking way up. Well, yeah. We'll just leave it at that, a long fucking way up. So if this entire plate comes down, which is supported by multiple pillars, it's gonna slam down into the slums. So this is really heavy shit that we're engaging in here. Well, there's no point worrying about that. Hey, check it out. It's huge, ain't it? The plate? Oh, we're gonna look at it. Weren't we sitting on something? So we're looking at, what is this, a pillar? One of the pillars that holds up the plate, maybe? Oh, the big square metal thing is the pillar, and then you got a tower beside it with a big long stairwell leading up to it. There's the plate up there. Hey, this is a strange and wonderful place. This is my place, but you can come here when you want. See ya, bro. So this is probably like a kid or a teenager. Yo, Cloud, over here now. It's like, what the fuck are you doing over there talking to that kid? What's down here? Oh, soldiers. What the hell do you want? You know who I am? You can't get past. I got the miserable job at keeping scum like you from trying to sneak in here. Oh, wow. Wow, you're great. Oh, so we got a fucking old crusty fucking bastard of a soldier and like a newbie beside him, learning how to be a bastard prick and keep people out of places. Not that it's always being a bastard prick to be security, keeping people out of somewhere, but this guy in particular is pretty prickish seeming. Damn right, don't waste time talking's what I always say. Alright, that's it. That's all. Yeah. So unlike Dark Souls 3, which was my previous Let's Play that I just did, a blind Let's Play of Dark Souls 3, unlike those games, the From Software games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, in these games, usually you only talk to everybody once, and then if you talk to them again, they just repeat their dialogue. Whereas in the From Software games, usually you talk to everybody several times to get them to exhaust their dialogue. Okay, we got people coming in and out of... Oh, there's Barrett in the bar kicking out the riffraff, I guess. Did you hear? No, what? There's a news update. They say that there was a terrorist explosion. Oh, they even call them terrorists. Terrorist explosion up above, and that this time it was a Mako reactor. You know what this means? No, what? So usually, like, there are characters in these old RPGs that are there to tell you information, but a lot of the time they'll ask you whether you know it or not. So if you want the info, you gotta answer correctly. You see, I keep on top of these things, and if you ask me, If you knock out Midgar's power, then all of its computers and signals are going to be knocked out too. Financially, there must have been about 1 billion gil worth of damage. So maybe a gil is like yen. So that sounds like an enormous amount, especially for the 90s. But a billion yen is actually like $10 million, because 1 yen is about 1 cent. And that ain't all. A lot of innocent people got killed too. Now that is rough, right? So we're fighting on behalf of the planet, but we just killed a bunch of innocent people too. If the explosion had been in the middle of the night, that would have been one thing. At least the people could have gone in their sleep. Wow. Explosions, explosions. Oh man, Avalanche is so cool. So it's a little kid. It's both little kids, I guess, but one's a little bit older than the other and has more understanding. I'll explore the buildings after. I'll just go talk to Barret. Okay, go on ahead. Yeah, let's just go on ahead. Let's at least talk to these people. Yo, Cloud, get off your slow-moving ass. Ooh, jeez, I'm blitzed. I just love them homemade cocktails, but they sure do creep up on you. So we got a drinker here. Oh, fuck! What the hell's wrong tonight? I thought that long blackout was strange. They say a Mako reactor was destroyed above. I was just sitting here drinking, watching the news by myself. And all of a sudden, I get kicked out of the fucking store. What's up with that? I love how these RPGs, like, have the NPCs around to give you a vehicle to understand, like the reality that of the random people kind of surrounding the events of the RPG. Like, it gives you a slice of life into how everyone's reacting to what's going on. Okay, so we got some nicer kind of homey music here. Papa. Got a little kid. Marlene. Marlene, aren't you gonna say anything to Cloud? There's Tifa. She's shy. Welcome home, Cloud. Looks like everything went well. Aw. Did you fight with Barret? Not this time. No, we're good. You've grown up. Aw. Tifa. When you were little, you used to get into fights at the drop of a hat. Yeah, so they grew up together. Good girl, Tifa. Love you. Oh, this music. Do 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 do. Wow. Was this all composed by Nobuo Uematsu? I think so. If not all of it, then definitely most of it. I'm so glad everyone's safe. Let's talk to these fine folk. Hey, Wedge, you're getting all excited. Stop making such a mess. What, are they sitting here drinking? Oh, Cloud. Tifa really knows how to cook. Oh, they're eating. Maybe drinking, too. Anyway, let me tell you something. Yeah, I'll be good guy, Cloud. I'm not gonna be all cold. About what? Tifa always lets me taste her cooking. And look at me now, I'm roly-poly. Yeah, you are, aren't you? Don't know whether I should be happy or sad, but it's the good food and drinks that make this shop famous. Aw, Tifa. Tifa feeds everybody, makes everybody feel good in this sad place. Ah, nothing like that first drink after a job. Yeah, I get it. Why don't you have one too? Nah, I'm not gonna drink. What, you telling me you're too good to drink with me? Don't act big-headed just because you were in Soldier. Ugh. Don't tell Barret what I just said. Yeah, Barret's a little more serious about it like I'm being. He's not into drinking after the job. Let's talk to Tifa. Sorry, Cloud. Marlene seems a little shy. Understandable. She's a little kid. Talk to Marlene. Can I talk to Marlene? Oh yeah, she don't say nothing. So, because I have the indicators on that show you where the different entrances and exits and ladders and stuff are, so this green's showing me that this is basically a ladder. I can use that to change levels. Let's click on it. Nothing. Go back out. Barret's gonna barge in. Yeah. Papa, welcome home. Aw. You alright, Barrett? Great! Barrett puts on a strong face for everybody when he gets back home. Especially when Marlene's there, probably. Get in here, fools. We're starting the meeting. Damn, no time for downtime, eh? We're just having a meeting. Oh yeah, there we go. Going downstairs. Let's talk to Tifa first, though. Man, this is really a different dynamic than, say, than Final Fantasy VIII for sure. Final Fantasy VIII, you start off like in a happier place here in the school. Chrono Cross, you start off in like a nice, sweet little oceanside village. Final Fantasy X's kind of a mix. You start off in Xanargan, but then you get attacked by Sin, and then you get teleported to Besaid, to the beach village. This place, you start off in like an industrial place, bombing a reactor with a terrorist group, and then you come back to the slums. Kind of like Final Fantasy VI's intro. Sit down. So I'm putting off the meeting so I can sit and talk to Tifa. How about something to drink? Should I drink because it's Tifa offering it to me? To get more of a connection with Tifa? No, I'll say I don't feel like it. Oh, I can make a drink just as good as anybody else. Everyone says my drinks taste the best, so she's trying to really get me to drink one of her drinks to make a connection with me. Let's talk again. Cloud, are you feeling alright? Yeah, why? No reason, you just look a little tired, I guess. I just don't want to have a drink. I just want to be a little more professional. But it's not like I don't want to connect with Tifa. You better go down below. Probably miss a little bit of an opportunity for connection there. That sucks, but that's the life you live when you're trying to be a pro. Oh man. Yeah, that feels relatable to my real life. The opportunities for connection with lovely ladies that I've turned down for the sake of being professional or being ethical. So I'm just drinking some coffee here. Sounds like somebody's on the punching bag. Let's talk to Wedge. Think I'm a little too uptight? I'm gonna say no, because clearly I'm being a little uptight now too. Well, that's okay, but don't worry about me. I don't look like it, but I'm a coward at heart. God damn, you're really opening up to me, man, after that food and drink. Don't be too hard on yourself, buddy. But yeah, if you feel like you're a little bit cowardly, then be a little bit stronger, be a little bit braver, you know? Okay, he's just gonna repeat it. So yes, a lot of the time with these choices, they'll give you a chance to do both. That usually gives you an indication that that choice doesn't affect anything. Although I know there are a lot of choices that do affect things in the early parts of this game, going towards the date scene at the Gold Saucer. I know it changes who you go on the date with, whether it's Tifa, Aerith, or Aeris. Tifa, Aeris. I think you can have the date with Yuffie. You can even have the date with Barrett. And I think it's also possible to have Tifa and Aeris both with you, which is kind of crazy. Okay, we got the techno nerd, Jesse. Oops. Hey, look at the news. What a blast. I think it was all because of my bomb, but all I really did was just make it like the computer told me. Oh no, I must have made a miscalculation somewhere. Oh shit. So did we blow up more than we intended to? Hey, that was my first bomb. Makes me kind of proud. Okay, so she's not too stressed over it, at least not in that dialogue. Huh. Oh, it's Barrett hitting the bag. He's got to relieve some stress. Yo, Cloud, there's something I want to ask you. Was there anyone from Soldier fighting us today? No. None, I'm positive. So Barrett's getting intel from this former soldier mercenary. You sound pretty sure. If there was anyone from Soldier, you wouldn't be standing here now. Ooh, So now we learn that Soldier's an elite group. Oh shit. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely only for really for people who've never played FF7 before. Or, you know, if you never plan on playing FF7 and you want the experience, like the perspective of someone who's played through it multiple times. One thing I do know that you find out later, which I'm gonna try and keep my mind in both camps. I'm gonna try and keep my mind open as a newbie to get that perspective and get the perspective of, like, keep my perspective of someone who knows the later parts of the story. I believe you eventually find out that Cloud's not really part of Soldier. That he made that up, or he has a false memory of something. So, from the newbie's point of view, you're like, okay, Cloud is this soldier. He's like a mercenary who used to be a part of Soldier, and now he's telling you the Soldier's this elite group. So it's explaining to you that Soldier is elite soldiers that would be able to just totally annihilate us. But also, he's kind of building himself up. Like, yeah, I'm from this group that's like really elite. You guys would have been fucked up if there would have been real soldiers there. Don't go thinking you're so bad just because you was in Soldier. Yeah, Barrett keeps like explaining the thoughts that I'm having. Barrett just smacks Biggs out of the way. Barrett's got pent-up frustration towards Cloud. Yeah, you're strong. Probably all them guys and Soldiers are. So Barrett's even a little bit humble, too. Which is something that annoyed me about Barrett in Final Fantasy VII Remake. The parts of it I played about, I don't know, 10 hours in or something. He did not seem humble. They made him very arrogant, I found, in Final Fantasy VII Remake. But don't forget that your skinny ass is working for Avalanche now. So Barrett's humble, but trying to keep Cloud in line. I like that. Don't get no ideas about hanging on to Shinra. Yeah, so that could be a concern, because Soldier is a Shinra operation. And they got basically a former Shinra operative within here. Which is interesting. Anybody who's read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, Sun Tzu says the only way to guarantee victory in war is through the use of spies. So they got an insider here. Staying with Shinra. You asked me a question and I answered it, that's all. So Cloud's a little defensive. He don't like Shinra any more than Barrett likes Shinra, seemingly. Or he's insulted by the question. Or maybe he's part of Shinra and he's trying to throw Barrett off his trail. I don't think that's true, but I mean, that is the psychology. You know, when someone gets offended by a question like that, when you're questioning their loyalties, it's either because they genuinely are offended, or because their loyalty ought to be questioned, but they want to throw you off the trail by acting like they're offended by the question. Oh, he's getting in his face. I'm going upstairs. I want to talk about my money. So he is a pro. He's not just bringing up, you know, the details of his contract in front of everybody, but he's like, yeah, I'm done with this talk. I want to talk about my money now, so let's go upstairs and talk about it in private. Papa, you're so great. Oh, little Marlene. Obviously, we find out later that Marlene's not Barrett's daughter. Marlene is his former partner's daughter, because his former partner is no longer with us. Shucks, money. Barrett knows that the money matters, but he's also he's so invested in this. He's not doing it for money, you know. He just knows that he has to pay people money in order to get other people, you know, to help him with it. Which, it's interesting that he's paying even Biggs and Wedge and presumably Jesse, even though they are involved in the environmental side of it too, but he's also paying them. But he's like the ideological heart of this operation. He's doing it for personal reasons and for ethical reasons. Wait, Cloud. Tifa, let him go. Looks like he still misses the Shinra. So Barrett's trying to dig in the knife because he's offended that Cloud's making this about money, when Barrett probably wants him to actually care about like the environment and hate Shinra as much as he does. But we'll learn later, to do with what I just said with Marlene and Barrett's former partner, that he has even deeper personal reasons to hate Shinra than just what the horrible shit Shinra's doing at Midgar. Shut up. So Cloud, it seems like Cloud's not just faking it. He is actually pissed to have his loyalty questioned, or at least not his loyalty to them, but his allegiance to Shinra, like called into question. So maybe he's about to reveal to us that he really does hate Shinra. I don't care about neither Shinra nor Soldier. But don't get me wrong, I don't care about Avalanche or the planet for that matter. Wow, so he's not just coldly professional, he's actually cold. Like something got to this guy and turned him cold-hearted. He doesn't even care about the planet. Or is he just... Oh, and Barrett's super pissed. Let's put on 3 times speed to hear that. Because that's some rapid punch. Let's hear what the rapid punch sounds like on 3 times speed. Super Saiyan! Oh, let's talk to him. Let's poke the bear. Shucks, money! Yeah, Barrett's so mad. Let's talk to Tifa. Straighten things up with everyone for me. So, Tifa's the heart of this operation, and she's just not even really caring about Cloud in this moment. She just wants everybody to get along. Money. Oh my. Must have been for a lot of it. Sure, well, what the hell? It's a verbal agreement. Now let me figure this out. Oh, stop it, Cloud. Did you hear me? Oh, so Tifa's getting mad that I'm talking to other people about money. Jesse's kind of seeing it from both sides, like, oh, well, I guess that was the agreement, so that you are owed the money. Wow, man. I'm feeling all the feels in this. Like, this is crazy. This is really crazy. I've never felt this much in terms of this. Cloud. You say you don't care, but you came to talk to me. Wow, yeah, so Wedge is seeing the different sides of Cloud like I am. Cloud, you just want friends. Isn't that right? Wow, both of the answers are rude. There's seemingly no answer to show a softer side. I'm gonna say blow off, which is like... That's probably the more caring thing to say, because saying I really don't care is kind of cold, versus saying blow off, it's more like, screw you, like, I don't really care, but you can tell they do care because of how big of a reaction you get out of them. Yeah, well, you look kind of lonely to me. Oh man, all the feels. If you ever got anything you want to get off your chest, you can always talk to me. Wow, buddy, thank you, Wedge. What a nice thing to say. Good guy, Wedge. Na 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 na. So I won't just leave. I will go and talk to everybody because I wanna honor Tifa's request to make everything right. Let's talk to Marlene. Papa, you're so great. Nice. Oh, how do I get over to talk to fucking Biggs? Cloud. Say you don't. Okay, I'll just repeat the same dialogue just in case what choice you say matters. Yeah, looks like I can't talk to the other guy. Maybe he's a little tipsy. Let's talk to Tifa again. Yeah, sorry. I did my best. But I got my own reasons to be cold and just want the money, you know. So maybe Cloud, in his coldness, maybe he really is lonely, but maybe he's got reasons to be lonely. Maybe he has some kind of hurt in his past. I know, like I said, I already played the game, but I don't remember all the details by a long shot. So maybe he's just making it about the money because he doesn't want to get too close. He doesn't want to get too involved, you know? Because that would involve opening up his heart again. It's Tifa. Listen, Cloud, I'm asking you, please join us. Now, is Tifa saying this because she's got feelings for Cloud? Is Tifa saying this because she really believes in the cause of Avalanche? Hence, her working here at the Avalanche headquarters? Maybe even... Is this her bar? Maybe she's allowing them to use it as their headquarters? Or is it a little bit of both? She cares about Cloud and wants him to stick around, but she also wants the cause of Avalanche to succeed because she cares about its cause and she cares about the planet and the people of the slums. And I'm thinking back to when I spoke to Eris in episode 2, because I think I was supposed to buy a flower from her there in order to like increase my relationship with her. But I chose the caring option of telling her to get out of here. Like, I was trying to be a good guy by saying that, like, get out of here. You know, you don't want to be near the explosions and the chaos and stuff. But I think maybe if I had told her something different, then I would get an option to buy a flower off of her. Or maybe that happens a little bit later. Maybe that happens a little bit later. Oh, Cloud's like, no, sorry, Tifa. The planet is dying. Slowly but surely it's dying. So she is invested in this cause. Someone has to do something. She wants Cloud to be her hero. So let Barret and his buddies do something about it. It's got nothing to do with me. So, you're really leaving? You're just gonna walk right out, ignoring your childhood friend? Oh, so now she's making it personal. What? Oh, so I could be just argumentative with her and cold, or I could see that deep down she's saying this, she's being argumentative because she cares, and this is her last ditch attempt to get me to not be so cold. So I'll bite, I'll say sorry. You forgot the promise too. Promise? So you did forget. Oh, so she was fishing to see if I forgot it. Remember, Cloud? It was 7 years ago. Oh, here we go. Cloud's drawing back in his memory. Oh, the beautiful stars. Look, the well. Oh, it's 7 years ago, but they both look the exact same. Do you remember? Oh, did they actually... Wait, is this a memory? Are they both in the memory, or did they both actually go to this nearby place with the well? Wait a minute. But wasn't there memory from Nibelheim? Hold on. Maybe they're both just kind of remembering this scene and it's showing it to us. Yeah, back then. I thought you would never come and I was getting a little cold. So there was a place they were supposed to meet up 7 years ago. Cloud went there and he thought she wasn't going to show up. She was probably running late. Typical woman thing. It's okay, you know. Women are busy. They have many irons in the fire usually. Okay, now we're in the flashback. Cloud's sitting there waiting, doesn't know if she's gonna show up. Still got the cool hair. Sorry, I'm late. Got her nice blue dress on. You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Oh, so Cloud initiated this meeting. Oh, yeah, this is in Nibelheim. Come this spring. I'm leaving town for Midgar. So he probably isn't so cold and serious back then. He's just a kid. So maybe they're like 17 in present day, and here they're like 10 or something. Fuck, he's like a Pokemon trainer, Ash Ketchum. He's leaving town at 10 years old or something. Heading for Midgar. That's across the fucking ocean, too, now that I think about it. It's on a different continent than Nibelheim. Nibelheim, of course, the name of the empire, the Niflheim Empire in Final Fantasy 15. So that's a commonality amongst these Final Fantasy games. For those, for whatever reason, who don't know, Final Fantasy games don't carry on plot-wise from game to game, but they carry a lot of the same themes and a lot of even the same names and stuff. And the Final Fantasy games generally reference, like, basically any old religion or mythology or legend you can think of from anywhere in the world. Final Fantasy probably references it somewhere. So Nibelheim, I think in Norse mythology there are like 7 worlds or 9 worlds that are on different levels, and One of them is Nibelheim or Niflheim, which translated to English, I believe, means mist home or mist world. Heim means home, but it could also be translated as world, as if there are these different worlds. I've often wondered if the different worlds are supposed to be referencing the different planets in the solar system. But anyway, Mist World. Nibelheim is what this town is named after. So he's leaving town. Come the spring, I'm leaving town for Midgar in the spring, and he probably wants her to go with him. They're childhood friends, but maybe he wants it to mean something more. All the boys are leaving town. Ouch! Ouch! Oh, what other boys are you talking to, Tifa? But I'm different from them. I'm not just gonna find a job. Okay, so Cloud passes the first shit test. She's talking about all the boys are leaving town. He's like, yeah, but I'm different, motherfucker. I'm not just gonna go find a job. Stands up. Oh, now he's getting on his soapbox. I'm gonna join Soldier. So Barrett's soapbox is about the planet. Cloud's soapbox is about joining Soldier. This is what he really cares about. He wants to be strong. I'm gonna be the best there is, just like Sephiroth. Ooh, the first reference to Sephiroth. So speaking of these mythological and religious references, Sephiroth is the name of the plural of Sephirat, and a Sephirat is one of the nodes on the Kabbalistic Jewish Tree of Life. If you Google image search Kabbalah Tree of Life, you will see an image of this kind of grid with like, I think 10 or 11 nodes on it. They each have their own name, and it's kind of an ancient, it's almost like tarot or numerology. It's a way of interpreting life. It's a way of, it's kind of an occult divination system as far as I know. So it has a bunch of nodes on it. Each node represents something different, and a singular node is called a Sephirat, and the collection of them all plurally is the Sephiroth, which actually in Jewish or in Hebrew, from what I know, at least from watching, I watched a couple hour long presentation on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life once, put on by this like rabbi in like this, I don't know, Jewish church or synagogue or community center. Several years ago I watched it, and he said the Jewish pronunciation of that word is actually Spheros. So, but in this game, Sephiroth is the ultimate badass fucking super soldier guy. So Cloud already knows about him when he's a little kid here, and that's his role model. That's his idol. He wants to be strong like Sephiroth. Oh, Tifa knows him too. So he's famous. He's well known everywhere. The Great Sephiroth. Cloud comes. Oh, Cloud's climbing up. He's getting even higher up on his soapbox. That's right. I'm gonna be this tall, just like Sephiroth. Isn't it hard to join Soldier? She's setting Cloud up for greatness. She's like, ew, isn't it really hard to join Soldier? You're gonna do that? I probably won't be able to come back to this town for a while. She's like, hee, oh wow. Is she laughing at him, or is she giggling like, oh, you're so powerful? Maybe a little bit of both. Huh? Are you laughing at me, Tifa? Little bit of both. If you make it, will you be in the newspapers? Okay, so she's getting a glowing vision of Cloud now. I'll try. Hey, let's make a promise. Okay, so this moment has gone well enough that maybe she's not going to go with him like he wants, but she wants to make a promise with him. She's seeing this future vision of greatness, this ambition he has for himself. So he made the meeting to come here, but now she's making a plan. If you ever get really famous and I'm ever in a bind, you'll come save me, alright? Aww. What? So even Cloud is taken aback, like, is this, probably, that what is probably like, is this really happening? Like, this childhood friend of mine, who I obviously have some kind of a crush on, seemingly, is asking me to come save her once I become a hero? If I'm ever in trouble, my hero will come and rescue me. Yeah, hero, she said it. I always wanted to experience, I want to experience that at least once. What? Cloud's still, he's an awkward kid, obviously, still. He doesn't know what to say. He's a little too taken aback. He's not totally smooth with it yet. Come on, promise me. Tifa's helping him out. Come on, promise me. Alright, I promise. Wow, and it pans up to the starry sky. Magical fucking moment. Wow! A shooting star. Just to cement that moment. So that's like, I don't know if anybody else learned this, but I think in grade 9 English class, we learned about different parts of literature and different ways that literature is written. One of the things we learned was something called pathetic fallacy, which was where man's emotions within the story are in tune with nature. So that would be an example of pathetic fallacy. Like if something really sad happened and then like the character goes outside and it's like raining, that would be pathetic fallacy. Or if there's trouble a-brewing and then you hear like thunder rumbling and you see lightning on the horizon, that would be pathetic fallacy. And that magical moment, and then you pan up to the stars and then the shooting star goes by. It's like life isn't just happening to you, but it's happening for you. Like you're part of the moving gears of destiny in the universe almost. I personally think that life is like that. If you get in tune with life, life gets in tune with you, and things do really happen like that. I've had countless experiences like that where something interesting, important happens, and then something kind of organically happens around me, whether something natural or a car honking or different things. Anyway, you remember now, don't you, our promise? No! Oh, he's not shaking his head, he doesn't remember. Oh, but shit has happened in the last 7 years. He's feeling differently. So something bad happened and he's having a hard time connecting with people. And he's colder, more distant now. I'm not a hero and I'm not famous, so I can't keep our promise. Damn, sad guy Cloud. Now, if Tifa didn't really care that much about him, she would just be turned off by that. But if she really cares, she'll push harder to try and revive that fire inside of Cloud. Let's see. But you got your childhood dream, didn't you? You joined Soldier. She doesn't understand. He joined Soldier, but he's not with Soldier anymore, so why is that? What happened to him? He got his childhood dream, but it wasn't, maybe it wasn't quite what he was expecting. Or wait, did he? I'm trying to remember what happens later in the story. It might be a false memory. Maybe he never made it to Soldier. Okay. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I don't even remember all the details of it. So let's just follow along as if I know nothing. So come on, you've got to keep your promise. Yeah, she really cares. She really believes in Cloud. She can see something's going on with him that ain't quite right, but she believes that good guy Cloud is in there. Oh. We're interrupted. Wait a sec, big time Soldier. Barrett's coming. It's the perfect moment to interrupt. So now Cloud, the moment's interrupted, so he doesn't have to answer right now. The answer or the question can hang upon the air, and Cloud will get some more time to process everything that just happened. A promise is a promise. Here. Oh, wow. And look at that. They were just talking about a promise. Barrett presumably wasn't listening. Barrett just... He got over his anger by putting enough punches into the punching bag. And Barrett's a good guy. He's like, a promise is a promise. I'm gonna pay you your damn money. I'm not happy about all this shit. I'm not happy that you're doing this just for money, not because you care about the planet, but I keep my promises. Here's your fucking money. Boom. Receive Barrett's stash, 1,500 gil. Oh, wow, that hits my heart. It's his stash. He's probably barely got enough money to keep the crew running. But he's like, all right, fine. Here it is. God damn, man. Oh my god, Cloud is such a fucking cold bastard right now. This is my pay. Don't make me laugh. So this might have just been everything Barrett had to fucking spare, and Cloud's gonna dig the fucking needle in. Oh my god, Barrett's gonna fucking punch him right in the head. Tifa. What? Then you'll... Oh wait, did something he just say there imply that he's gonna stay on with the team? Okay, so this is Cloud's way of still being cold, but warming up a tiny bit. You got the next mission lined up, I'll do it for 3,000. So it seems like he's being a prick to Barrett, but that's how he's able to be nice to Tifa and still, like, keep some of his coldness. So he's warming up a little bit, but he's got the out in that he can still be cold to Barrett. So he doesn't need to warm up all at once and make himself look weak or feel weak based on whatever happened to him to turn him cold. He doesn't have to, like, make himself feel all that feeling again right away, but he can just be a little bit warmer, like act like maybe he's still just doing it for the money, but really Tifa did get through to him there. What? Barrett's gonna fucking rip his head off. Oh, but Tifa understands that they just scored a victory here with Cloud, so she calms down the situation. She's the peacemaker. It's okay. It's okay. We're really hurting for the help, right? Yeah, she really wants to make this work. Damn, and I was right. Ugh. That money's for Marlene's school, and god damn. Oh my god, I can feel the tears welling up inside of me, man. Oh my god. 2,000. Thanks, Cloud. Wow. God damn, this is just the intro to this fucking game. We haven't gotten anywhere yet, and this is hitting so fucking hard. This is why this game is... There's many reasons why this game is so huge, but, like, it's not overrated. Holy shit, this is good. Okay, we're out of the fucking serious vibes. We're into the... So we're in a little bit more happy-go-lucky, like, life moves on kind of vibes. Okay, why am I down in the basement alone? This is where I slept or something? Oh! For anybody who watched TV as a kid, you recognize those patterns on the TV. This is only a test. Sometimes you'd be watching a TV channel and it would go to this for a while, and it was like they were just like testing, making sure that the TV channel was still working, showing all the different colors on the screen, like making sure all the different colors display right or whatever. That's funny. And oftentimes they would have a noise playing too, like a tone, like making sure it all works. Alright, let's talk to Tifa first. She's really helping me. Good morning, Cloud. Did you sleep well? Oh shit! I can be funny and be a prick to Barrett, or I can... Yeah, I mean, it's Tifa. I'm gonna pick the Tifa choices, especially since I didn't choose to take her drink last night. I'm definitely gonna pick the warm option for Tifa. Next to you, who wouldn't? She's not ready for that level of flirting. Or does she really not know what he means? Or is she just playing aloof? She's not ready for that level of flirting yet. I don't know what you mean. I'm going this time. Yeah, she played it cold there. She's probably taking a little bit of revenge on Cloud because he's been playing it so cold with her. I'm going this time. Or is she really just ditzy? Like, I don't know what you mean. Probably she's playing a little bit cold. Marlene's playing bartender. Can I go behind there to talk to Marlene? She's copying Tifa. That's cute. Our target's the Oh, I should have talked to Tifa again. She's coming with us. Our target's the Sector 5 reactor. So we did the Sector 8 reactor. Now we're going for the Sector 5 reactor. Head for that station first. I'll fill you in on the train. I want to go back to talk to Tifa now. Yo, Cloud. Before the next mission, I got something I want to ask you. I don't really know how to use materia. Oh, materia tutorial. I'll just give you that materia we found. Just teach me how to use it. Oh, I can be a dickhead. No, I'll explain it. I'll explain it to Barret. Tutorial. Sure, I'll explain how materia works. First, access the menu. You know the basic functions. Press triangle to bring up the menu. Yes, I do. Directional buttons move the cursor. Alright. That's a little basic. But I guess if this is your first RPG ever, you know, a little bit of basics always helps. Select each menu by using the cross button. Oh, it's not the X button, it's the cross button. Which goes to show with PlayStation, they were trying to differentiate themselves from the Nintendo controller. Because the original PlayStation controller, as I was going over in yesterday's... whenever. I think it was the first episode. Right? Yeah, it was the first episode where it was explaining that you have to hold the circle button in order to run, but that it's only applicable if you're using the D-pad, because the left analog stick has you running by default, but the D-pad has you walking by default, and you have to hold circle in order to run. But that's because this is a PS1 game, and the original PS1 controller didn't have analog sticks. So there was, maybe by the time this came out, the DualShock controller was already out that had the analog sticks and the rumble in it, which was another. They took the analog stick idea from Nintendo, and they took the rumble pack idea from Nintendo. They built it into their controller. On the N64, it was a separate accessory that you had to buy, or you got it free with Star Fox 64, which was, I had one because that was my first N64 game, was Star Fox 64. I always, even in games that didn't use rumble, I would often keep the rumble pack attached to it, because I got used to it playing Star Fox 64. The controller felt a lot heavier with the rumble pack on it, and I just got used to the way it felt. It felt kind of a little too light without the rumble pack on it back when I was a kid. But anyway, the DualShock controller had the analog sticks, and I believe it also had the rumble functionality built in. So that might have been out by the time this game came out. Because the N64 came out in 96. I think this game came out in 97 or 98. Star Fox 64 with the rumble pack came out in early 97. So that controller might have been out, but there were a lot of PlayStations floating around with people that only had the basic D-pad original PlayStation controller. So they had to basically treat it as if people had that. So saying that, and talking about how many things Sony was borrowing from Nintendo, they wanted to differentiate themselves, because the original PlayStation controller with no analog sticks was almost an exact replica of a Super NES controller, except the shape was a bit different. It had the wings on the sides for a better grip, and it had the L2 and R2 buttons, which that Super NES controller just had L and R. It didn't have a secondary set of shoulder buttons. But other than that, it was the exact same. So the face buttons were in the exact same positions, but they wanted to differentiate themselves, presumably from the Super NES controller, which had ABYX. So this one had all shapes. And even though one looks like an X and most people call it X, they're calling it cross. So specifically denoting it as a shape, not to be confused with the X button on the Super NES controller. So it's circle, cross, square, triangle. If you want to leave the menu, just press circle button. See, let's go ahead. Now you're in this menu. See the materia submenu? Yes, let's choose it. Select who you want to use it. Now look at my weapon here. Each weapon and armor has slots in it. This is like I said in the first episode, this is the main, strategic customization that you get access to in this game. In Final Fantasy VI, there was some customization to your equipment. Like this game, you just equip your weapon and your armor, and nothing else aside from materia. In Final Fantasy VI, you equipped you had your left and your right hand. You could have, like, say, a weapon and a shield. You could have a two-handed weapon. Eventually there was an accessory that allowed you to hold one weapon in each hand, which I believe was the Genji glove. But then also you would have, like, your armor, and then I think maybe your gloves and your legs. There was more than one type of armor, and then there was also two accessories you would wear. So there was more emphasis on the different equipment you would wear, whereas in this game, you basically, for the most part, are just wearing whatever is the strongest weapon and the strongest armor for each different character. There's some, like properties to weapon and armor that will different. Some, like, what am I trying to say? It won't always be just the strongest weapon. Sometimes some weapons have different properties to them, like extra materia growth or no materia growth, or they'll have different levels of materia slots. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But I am just kind of saying that materia really is the biggest strategic customization that you get for each character. And that is a theme going forward in these games. You get less and less customization of your character's equipment, and more customization of, like the customization comes in different ways, let's say. Restore. So now select the material you want to use. So they'll explain some of this, presumably, but as you can see, so Restore is not only give me an ability, see the ability list, Cure. This is going to give me Cure, because that's the one that's highlighted. It's at level 1. You can see it's at level 1 out of 5 based on the number of green stars that are filled in. AP. I'm sure they're going to explain this all, but I'll just go through it quickly, and then I'll just fast forward past what they say. AP is ability points, so as you fight with this materia equipped, you're going to get ability points and to next level. So that's like, basically you level up the materia the same way you level up your character. AP is like experience points for your materia. So you get it to the next level, and then that's going to power it up. I believe that's going to give it more equip effect. So you can see, you equip this, it's going to minus my strength by 1, but give me +1 magic. It's going to minus my max HP by 2%, but it's going to increase my max MP by 2%. Plus, it'll give me the Cure ability. And then as I level it up, I'm not sure. We'll have to see if it changes the stat increases. Like, maybe you get even more magic and MP. But it definitely, as you level it up, you're going to unlock Cure 2, Regen, and Cure 3. Showing you how to navigate that menu. This is Curative Materia. If you want to know what its effects is, good grammar. If you don't want to know what its effects are, line up the cursor with check in the menu. And press the cross button. Okay, check. It's just like selecting battle commands. Just line up the cursor to magic. Okay. You can see the available magic has increased. Okay, interesting. Now you can use new magic Cure. And that's all there is to equip in materia. Right on. See, it wasn't that tough. Oh yeah, it's Tifa explaining, or no, this is Cloud explaining this. This isn't Tifa explaining this. This is Cloud explaining it to Barret. When you want to remove any materia, it's as easy as pointing to the materia slot and pressing triangle button. Okay, triangle, bam. There's just one thing you have to be careful of. Whenever you equip materia, your situation changes. Parts of you may become stronger. Okay, so it's explaining the equip effects. While others get weaker. Normally when you equip magic materia, your magic power will get stronger, but your physical strength weakens. That's interesting. So materia is kind of a double-edged sword. And I think we eventually find out that materia is like concentrated Mako. It's like made from Mako. So it's like concentrated life energy of the planet. So you equip the life energy of the planet, it makes you magically stronger, but physically weaker. It's so interesting. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. That's interesting. And see, I was kind of, I was alluding to that at one point when I was fighting a boss in Demon's Souls 3, how I like systems that are balanced. You know, it's cool, when you just equip something and it just makes you flat out stronger in a certain way. That can be good. But I also like the system from like Magic the Gathering, where basically anything you do is double-edged, and yet so you have to use it very strategically. Like you might do something that makes all spells 50% more powerful, just as an example. I don't even know if there's a Magic ability that's like that, but it would be something like that, where in Magic, whatever effects you do, usually it applies to yourself and your opponent, so you have to be really strategic about it. So this is kind of similar in that there's an upside, but there's also a downside, and you got to keep that in mind. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the materia's effect on you. It's wise not to overuse magic materia. See, I never picked up on this throughout any of my previous playthroughs. I never really clued into the fact that specifically the magic ones, if you equip too many of them, your strength is going to go down. And then it's going to make you kind of heavily reliant on magic. It's going to kind of turn your character into a magician. I never clued into that. So you would want to have maybe balance out your magic materia between characters, but then have them with other materia that maybe balances that out somehow. We'll see as we go forward. I'm very interested to come into this with more of an adult mind, because my last time I played through this game in 2019, I was in a very stressful part of my life. I was helping out someone with a political campaign here in Canada, and I literally just played it using the invincibility functions, and I just wanted to re-experience the story kind of like at night, at the end of the day, just to unwind. So this is my first time playing this while actually actually having to play the game and not be fully invincible. Not that it's that hard of a game, but it does get hard in certain parts, and there are some end game bosses that are extremely hard. But yeah, basically since I was probably 19 or 20 years old. So I'm 37, almost 38 now, so I've grown a lot in my appreciation of strategy within video games. But try out various things. Got it. Press circle button to exit the sub-menu. Okay, that's about it. I'll give you some advanced tips later. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode. I'm at 57 minutes into this. I'm recording on PS4, and I can only record 60 minutes at a time. Thank you for watching. We're in the beginning of the game, so some things are going a little bit slower than they will as the game goes on. Eventually we'll get out of the realm of having tutorials and whatnot. But it is going to go at this kind of pace throughout the whole game, because I'm going to be commentating and giving my thoughts on everything as we go. On the game mechanics, and especially on the story. And I'll be telling personal tales throughout as well, or giving my personal thoughts on life, relating this to other video games, relating this to other, say, books I've read, movies I've watched, personal life stories, politics that are going on in the world. I'm big into like the quote-unquote conspiracy theory world, the truther world. I find all that very interesting. So yeah, so let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Check this out from the beginning. So this is the end of episode 3. Check out my Dark Souls 3 blind Let's Play if you want. That one is like a blind reaction to that game. It's 146 episodes. It's pretty long, but I mean, you get to see me go through basically everything in the game, including the DLC. It was quite fun. I'm going to do a review of that game fairly soon. I just want to take a break from it for a few days to really let everything settle and process in my mind. There's a lot I liked about that game, and there are some big criticisms I have of it as well. So anyway, leave a like, share it around if you enjoy it. I appreciate you being here, watching and listening, and I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're having a good life. Peace out, and I will see you in episode 4 very soon.